Hello, beloved. Welcome to your message from God. Welcome to your um, reading. Welcome to the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your secret relationship, episode 3 of 9. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. Welcome. Let us further tap into this energy. If you're keen on booking me for my services, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God. I also offer my one-on-one services. However, those are closed, but I will be reopening those in 3 months if you're still keen. So do wait, alright, if you're still keen. Let me tap us further into this energy. So this is episode 3 of 9 for your secret relationship. Let's go, let's tap in. So the title for the theme for episode 3 of your secret relationship, episode 3 of 9, alright? The theme, alright, is titled Crude Emotions, alright? From a crude perspective. Let that sink in. Crude. C-R-U-D-E. Crude. Crude emotions from a crude perspective. So we'll decide what we will be dissecting in a moment what the word crude means, right? So for episode 3 of 9, the title and the theme, right, is symbolic. Because crude can be deciphered. It's a word that it pertains to also, it pertains to aspects. So it's dissected in a form taking upon like an object. So if you Google the example, what would come out is a type of oil. But scrolling further down, they dissect it into a noun as well and an adjective. So rather a metaphor, not an adjective. Alright, God is saying. So correction. I did do my research. So rather, so to speak, it's sort of a way of being, a way of doing something, a way of, it takes upon a form of offensively corrosing something or someone, whether that be person or object type shit. So to corrose someone or something would be to sort of pursue it, chase it, devotion to something. In a way, the key word is offensively doing so. So to take offense, think of that. Offensively in pursuit of something, in devotion to something or to someone. Within this instance, God is saying, right? So this individual's energy is pertaining to you, of course, right? For episode 3 of 9, for your secret relationship, all right? Let's see. So the Ace of Pentacles energy came out first. God is saying this is symbolic to money, all right? I feel that this person wants to introduce you to a new life, They want better for you. They see you in a valuable form. So think of money as sort of like an analogy, a comparison, sort of like they see the value in you, right? Money is a valuable asset, right? It's not a liability, it's an asset. It's like a requirement. It also tends to be a necessary, sort of like a priority. So God is saying money should be referenced as rather an analogy, a comparison to how this person perceives you. Oh, crude emotions, crude emotions. This person, they see you like rather to objectify it. It's like offensively being in pursuit of something, someone, in this instance you, would be this person not seeing anyone else outside of you, having strong intents to only have you, having strong intents to back to the like not a liability, an asset, you know, that prized possession, that possession energy type shit. And then the energy that came out after that, the Ace of Pentacles, which we've just established, is the Eight of Wands. So this person, what they don't want is for this to come out, right? They are also offensively in pursuit, chasing after that confinement, that restriction, that secrecy of you, us, the relationship, right? You guys share with one another, right? For your secret relationship here. So the energies that followed after the Eight of Wands, with the Ace of Pentacles, the card of money, right? The card of many things. But in this instance, God is saying the analogy of money should be used as a reference point back to how they perceive you. The valuable assets, that analogy, all right? Look at it in that form. We have the energies of Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, as well as Virgo. So the King of Swords is the card of understanding, right? So understanding takes upon different forms. What form of understanding? What do you understand, rather, right? So the Eight of Wands is effective communication, coming in strong, knowing exactly what you want, right? And then the Eight of Pentacles here next to it, the card of effort, putting in the work, because of the coming in strong, knowing head first, being straightforward about what you want and going head first in it, because you understand exactly how you feel. So that's the energy here coming out for this person, this energy of a person you're dealing with. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, right? Taurus energy, the card of resources, being resourceful. That's the fact that this person, beloved, they really see you as a walking treasure or prize here. There's sort of like this value they've placed upon you. This is to do with that. So in both the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Pentacles, a lot of money, wealth, success. Alright, so that takes upon a form of abundance. And a form of abundance is not only in money. God is saying that can also be deciphered in other ways. However, in this instance, I say, God is saying in this instance, that's what it's symbolic to. The many forms of abundance. God is saying money, we're using it as an analogy, right? As the type of valuable asset you can sort of think of when you think of how this person views you. Like, there's gotta be a way in which it's like this be a type of motherfucker that they deal with people that only they see a future with, or they see them in a particular likeness, a particular light. And there is a way in which you have to intrigue this motherfucker for them to even find you interesting. And I feel like you've ticked the right buttons. There's a checklist and you've hit the boxes. And with that being said, the way in which they see you is future-based. Think of this futuristically. They're not dealing with you for the fun of it. They're taking this seriously. It's not fun and games. God is saying, alright, I share. So, if you're keen on that, move accordingly. If you're not, did it now before this becomes something it's not meant to be. Don't let this become or turn into something it's not meant to become. If this is genuine, or if you feel genuine emotions, you know, move accordingly. Because I feel like this person, they haven't felt this in depth of emotions in a while. Like, they can even link it back to childhood, where maybe they remember certain aromas in the kitchen, like, oh, their mother or someone in their family cooking, you know, like, it's sort of like that sentimental value you hold. Yeah. What type of value do you hold? God is saying that answers the question. There's a sentimental value within that, but God, I feel that this relationship you guys have, it's like this person, the future-based analogy, back to that. They're imagining things like you cooking for them or them cooking for you. Take that how it resonates. So, futuristic thinking, all right? They're not keen on the back and forth or the breakup makeup, God is saying. Hence the forewarning of you needing to take this seriously, needing to pay more attention to detail, and needing to, you know, move accordingly within that regard, as they are as well. I feel like this person, they're moving accordingly, beloved. Not just in front of your face, but I see behind the scenes as well. Alright. Let's proceed here with this energy. Alright. So the energy that came out was the Six of Pentacles reversed. So the Six of Pentacles is the card of transaction and it's reversed. So any form of transaction, spiritual, physical, emotionally based, alright? Spiritually based, physically based, emotionally based, psychologically based transaction. So God is saying I should put this on top of the Ace of Pentacles that is crowned by the Queen of Pentacles, which both those cards represent value, assets, not anything but that, not a liability, all right? So the Six of Pentacles reversed, the card of transaction, that's significant. There's sort of like the sentimental value stems from the transaction. How this person has experienced you, they've received sort of an emotional transaction that they've now attached to you because of that, a physical transaction that they're now attached to you because of that, a psychological transaction. Because of that, they're now attached to you, or a spiritual transaction, and because of that, they're attached to you. So they're attached to you, this motherfucker here, God is saying, I share. So moving forward to the fact of that, it's like, if you don't take this seriously, the reason this will be karmic and this will backfire on you is because you have been forewarned that this is a genuine, person that they don't mean you harm, right? They're not karmic for you, but this can become karmic if you allow it to get there by making unwise decisions and choices, by not being a good person to this motherfucker here. Because they want to be a good person to you, they're willing, rather, right? So we have the Hierophant, the card of commitment, but in a way that it's like settling down, choosing to be that type of person that settles down. There's back to the futuristic based thinking, futuristic based feelings as well, as we can establish here. We're clearly seeing that, right? So God is saying, be kind, be cordial, and be a good person, because this person's heart is vulnerable to you, whether you are aware of that or not. Hence, you are being forewarned, right? So move differently, pay more attention to how you treat them. Be kind, cordial, and be a good person, right? So that in life, even when things don't work out, they still go in your favor. It doesn't hurt you as it would have if you approached it in a negative light or form or likeness. So God is saying, don't hold on to the forevers. Hold on to the experiences, the memories that are to be had when it comes to this, alright? The forevers aren't to be held onto. Hold on to the experiences and memories that are to be shared in this connection, alright? Spend quality time with this person, treat each other well, and love one another. If it goes there, it goes there. I share. I share. So there's a need for you guys to spend quality time in order to communicate clearly, clear communication that will bring about understanding to the both of you about the certainty of where this is headed. The certainty, alright? Assurance is needed here, reassurance, validation. You both need that from one another. For this to really take the form of a true relationship and not to be comic, you need to be honest about how you feel about one another. The uncomfortability levels will decrease once you take this with a grain of salt. Like, take this with a grain of salt when I say stop being a pussy with it, right? Just go for it already. You know how you feel about one another, right? God is saying, give each other that certainty. If you need to step in first and be vulnerable and open up, do that. Once you plant the right seeds, with time, this relationship will be prosperous, even if the forevers are not forever. You will be a key role, a key factor in this person's life, regardless of how this ends, because back to favor will align in your path, 222 alignment. When you are a good person, when you move cordially and you are kind to people, no matter what they do to you or choose to do to you. That's the test of life. Don't break character for how another motherfucker does you. Don't burden yourself comically and owe debts because of how another motherfucker did you. Nah. Rise up above that. Be better. Rise, alright? So in this instance, no matter how this goes, be a stern motherfucker within yourself. Stay grounded. Know you. Align with you always, alright? This must grow you. Character development type shit, alright? So as I coughed, I felt like there's a need for strong, effective communication. Quality time. You need to sit down and actually speak about this, you guys, right? Because I feel like you haven't done that properly. There's no clarity, understanding, whether you guys say there is or not. Like, there is this void, there is this gap, there is this loop, this open door, open window. It's unfilled. Let's tap in further to this energy. Let's tap in further to the layers, alright? So the words risky commitments and spiritual advice, those words, this person they've been secretly seeking spiritual advice with regards to this connection, with regards to you. God is saying it's reciprocated because you've been doing the same. Hence you're here. I did say that this is a twin flame. Whether you are choosing to see it as that or not, this is what it is. And with time, it's going to develop into more. If you guys choose to take this, if you choose to make unwise decisions and choices, it will perish into an unruly karmic relationship you will wish you never even entered in. Again, be good, be cordial, be civil, treat one another with kindness. No matter what happens, the scales will be balanced because you chose to make the right decisions. Be good, be cordial, be of kindness, alright? But with that being said, you can see there's a mirrored effect, a mirrored energy that you both are in here. Because as you're seeking spiritual advice, so are they. And the energy that was highlighted after the word, before the word spiritual advice, I had said it was risky commitments, right? So they do have some form of trauma-based thoughts, fears that haunt them. And the lack of understanding, back to there's an effective communication, sit down, quality time type energy that's meant to take place here. Once that happens, you guys will feel less of a need to seek spiritual advice about one another. You'll feel less of a need to doubt one another because you won't feel that this is a risk. It'll feel more divinely guided or more divinely in alignment with your spirit. Back to the importance of making wise decisions and choices, you guys, alright? stay away from the friend's advice, all right? But God is saying the friend's advice thing will be handled in another episode, because we need to tap into it further, all right? There's strictly God is saying include no friends, all right? Include no friends in this. No one needs to know. No one needs to know, like literally. But we'll tap into the reasonings, the layers, the background stories of that energy in another episode. God is saying let's continue further, all right? For your secret relationship, your secret lover. Yeah. Let's go. The friends thing, God is saying, because what came out was the Three of Cups, and when I spoke about the friends thing, I was looking at this. Alright, I did touch on this energy, the Three of Cups. It is here as well. So it came out twice. And next to it, the World card, which is the card of reality, your world, your reality in that regard, right? So to speak. So, yeah. God is saying the reason behind you being your awareness of who to trust when it comes to this, it's like it's not about that, right? It's like certain things you don't know how they're gonna turn out, and the things you might say, they might come back to haunt you. So remaining silent and just experiencing it for what it is and allowing it to be will save you in the end. Alright. So let's clear the energy here and go one more round for your secret lover, your secret relationship, alright? But I do see succession, I do see prosperity in its truest form if wise decisions and choices are made. And good decisions will lead to good outcomes because you will harvest good crop, alright, from your seeds. Seeds are the decisions, the choices. Ashe. Let's go. So God is saying, I shouldn't clear anything else. This is all that should remain for the next round. So there is this uncontrollable nature you bring out of this person where you take them back to their childhood, more like the nostalgia. You bring them into that space, that place within themselves. It's an uncontrollable, unexplainable emotion. They think about that a lot. God is saying that's one thing that brings them comfort when it comes to you. You know, you bring them to that place. God is saying it's not escapism. It's very healthy. It's based on truth, right? Truth. All right. So with that being said, if you choose to take this information and act accordingly, there will be prosperity and success as we've established. And those that don't choose to do that same information and choose to be vulgar and treat this masculine, this feminine you're dealing with, right? Choose to treat them in an unkind, unwell, karmic nature. Well, guess what? This will be a karmic relationship. Will become that. Will become of that. But God is saying, spare yourself that time. Instead, embark on a different journey of life by being of good, and then expecting good, of course, and good will come because you planted the right seeds by being of that, so that you can reap the same harvest. Ashe. All right. So God is saying I need more energy from this deck of cards. Let's see what's coming out here. Okay. God is saying I'm being shown the Ace of Swords and the Devil, the card of the mind, the card of delusion. So Ace of Swords is the card of the mind, the brain, the literal human brain, followed by the card of deception, delusion, right, illusion, elusiveness. All right, pure elusiveness, which is the devil. So the devil also takes upon many forms. It takes upon being a negative spirit, a negative energy, negative emotions, and negative thoughts. So that was that is Capricorn energy, which is ruled by the planet of Saturn. God is saying what needs to be addressed, because after that energy is the Ace of Swords, the card of the mind. It's sort of like there is this negative connotation that follows you when it comes to this connection, this negative way of thinking, this negative thought pattern that you are trying to get rid of. I feel like it's coming from a place of these friends, or rather outside influence, people that don't really know what they're speaking about and shouldn't be having anything to say. Hence, remaining silent will help you, of truth and deliverance. I swear, remain quiet about this shit, man. All right. So it's cool to pull the card of the mind, right? Followed by the Chariot and the Nine of Pentacles here. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Devil, but I'm being called to replace it with the Fool. I was called to pull the energy of the Fool. So the conversation, the quality time, that needs to be addressed, you guys. Furthermore, all right, you guys need to sit down and communicate. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to share. It's okay to go there with one another. I am seeing that you're in alignment, though. This is a good connection. We did say that this is a twin flame connection. We did say that this is a fated connection. Therefore, it's established to be that in its truest form. Twin flame connections are fated. They're destined. And how they turn out is based on the either wise or unwise choices and decisions we make in those relationships, right? Or you rather, in the relationship in this instance. So with time, if you devote good energy into this relationship, it will turn out in a good way. But if you choose to not do good or be of good, like God wants me to keep highlighting the fact that this will turn karmic, because I feel like that's, it's like, God, like, understand that twin flames can be toxic in their truest form because the emotions are really real. There's a lot of passion involved in twin flame connections. All right, there is a lot of in-depth, all right, layers. So unwise choices and decisions would be detrimental, dangerous even. It would turn into lustful energy. Ashe, and you don't want that. You don't want that devil energy in this relationship. So God is wanting me to conclude this episode, all right, for your secret relationship. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. If you're keen on booking me for my services, though, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God, Ashe. My one-on-one sessions are closed, but I will be reopening those in 4 months. See you soon, guys. Bye.